Go live, go live. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Debby Epps. How you
How are
doing?
you guys? I am fine. Another hot day
Hi,
here in
Mark.
Texas.
So welcome to Use It or Lose It. We're going to do something a little different tonight because I think my brain's a little bit mush, but we're going to showcase a few new kits. Debbie's going to make some, and we're going to make cards. Surprise, surprise. I've been on this card kick for a while now, so I'm just going to sit here and make cards. So Debbie's going to use
card blanks
her kit.
Ready and scratch.
So I did actually, hi Sherry, print out Debbie's kit and put it in a safe space, which I've been doing a lot lately. My safe space is full of treasures, I can assure you. But so I'm going to use my new kit. Debbie's going to use
right now.
So I'm going to put it on you, and you can show us your fabulous papers.
Okay. I'm waiting for the
And if you want to buy said fabulous papers, the link is pinned above.
All right. So I'm using images from my book 21, which I have on Coffee is Digital. All the books are over there, and 2 of the journal companions are over there. And this is what it looks like from Amazon, and it is on Amazon also. But I really like the digital because you have more ability. So, for example, I'll show you. I don't have that page anymore, I don't think. Well, if you had like a full-size page, you can print it. This is printing 4 pages to 1. And so when it printed, I pushed actual size and they were connected. Now, if I had printed, so they were printed 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. If I had printed double-sided, I could have used it as a small signature.
Yep.
And then this is the size if you print a full page, 6 to a page, and the smaller ones in the book would print smaller. So Juju taught me that trick.
Hi, Carrie.
And I just had never thought about it.
Oh, I've been doing that forever. Yep.
Yeah, and this book is full of quotes. Now the backs have something on them because I didn't know if you wanted to use them or not. But there's all these different pages, and each page of quotes, you have one set of quotes in black with white text, and you have a second set in the craft with the brown text, but they say the same thing.
Yep.
And then, of course, if you get the digitals, you can use all the background pages independently. If you get the book, then you're limited to choosing one or the other. So I'm just
I printed those craft quotes out on coffee dyed paper. If I could find it and show you, they come out great because they come out a little grungy.
Yeah.
Hi, Carrie.
You can put it on both of us. I just have jelly prints and stuff I printed out. I'm going to do like cluster style cards.
Yep. Beautiful.
And, paint chips because I'm obsessed with free paint chips.
This is going to be fun.
Bob hates that obsession.
How you make your cards. I'm just going to show you my new kit.
All right, so put it on die.
My new kit is called Sunkissed, and it is a bunch of kiddies at the beach. And I'm making a heap of cards out of them. So I will show you. So this is printed at 6x4, These ones are printed 6 to a page, so they're actually cut down a lot smaller. And this is what they look like printed full, but I would probably never use them full. I'd probably do 2 to a page and get a kid on each side if you're going to use it in a journal, but I printed them full just so you could see the images. So this is, I pushed release on this morning.
Beautiful.
And I printed it on digital paper, but I prefer it printed on photo paper or
presentation paper
because it's got that little bit of gloss to it, which enhances the water.
Yeah, some of mine are on washi paper, so you may see me stick them. Sometimes I stick them to white paper because I've put them on washi. Depends how I'm going to use them.
Hi, Judy. So yeah, this is just, it's a little bit matte for this style of digital. I would prefer to do, look at the freckles. He's so cute. So there's 25 pictures in this kit.
Diane teases me, mine's big because when you make the books for Amazon, you have to have a lot of pages. So my book has like 70.
Yeah, you get lots.
70. Yeah.
Lots of pages in Debbie's kits. Hang on, I have a stickage. Alrighty, so that's my new kit. Get off me, and I'm going to be making cards as well. I did print some shells and stuff on the washi paper, so that came out really well. I'm quite impressed with how well that printed on the washi.
Yeah, see, like these are washi that I already stuck down to white paper. But sometimes like this, but that still can tear. Like this is washi on white paper, so you can still tear it.
So this is the same print on presentation paper presentation paper. So I'll find that same one here just to show you how different the prints come out. You watch, it'll be the last one in the pile.
Yeah, her new beach is so cute.
So it just gives gives a lot more depth to the picture. That's really hard to pick up. But anyway, it does. Trust me. Trust me. Alrighty, so I'm also working on a steampunky type. Let me see if I can find some of these. That's beachy. That's beach. Beach. I've got these ones that are going to be released soon. They are vintage bohemian kids in the field and sitting by the pond and they're holding frogs and things, so they're pretty cute.
Yeah, I just released my second journal kit, which is 72 pages. It has it's all set up. So when you print a page, it is for a signature. You just fold it in half. And then in the back of the book, there's all kinds of ephemera and tags and things to cut out. I'll have my sample book Saturday
Hi,
sometime.
Gina.
So I'm
Hi,
going to make a
Cindy.
journal on Sunday. I'm going to go live
And
and
then
make a journal.
And then I've got these little redhead, green-eyed, steampunky faces as well. So I'm actually going to do these ones as card kits. Like I'm just going to do half a dozen pages of 6 to a page of those ones. Redheads, Leah. Yes, redheads. Alrighty, let's make some cards. Let's do her, and him. Nope, her. Redheads rock. They do. Hi, Cindy. I said hello to Cindy. Did I show you I got happy mail from Judy? And I nearly went ass up then. My seat rolled out from under me while I bent down. Whoop. That was dangerous. Judy sent me some train ephemera for the rust kit. How cool is this?
Oh, how cool.
Is the new journal kit the one that's also in your Ko-fi shop? Please. Have you released your new one?
Yes, it is in my Ko-fi. It's called Flower Girls. And there's the video from YouTube is there. I love Ko-fi because I can link the YouTube videos in with
you wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have seen it, Chi. You just would have heard me scream because I was off camera. You might have seen my foot go in the air or something strange like that. But thank you, Judy. These are going to be perfect in the rust kit, in the rust journal. Thank you. All right, what was I doing? Making cards. That's what I was doing. Get your shit together, girl. All right. We have some envelopes. We have some cards. Let's make some cards. So these are a couple I've just finished.
Hi, Erin. Hi, Susan. Judy.
Hi, Susan.
Bits and bobs.
Hi, Erin. So this is some of the cards that I'm just going to put it on me for a sec because it's all about me, you know. So this is some of the cards that I have made with this kit. And these are the envelopes that go with them. Well, some have charms, some have pearls. There is washi tape on the inside and the same color card to write on the inside as well. So that's one. This is another one. So it has the boho lace with some pearls. I use the scrap of paper cut off 2 of these squares. So there's a 4-inch square, a 4-inch rectangle, 4 by whatever it is. But there's a little bit in the strip left over, so I put that on the envelope. That one. And this one. So they turned out pretty cute, pretty stinking cute. Oh, let's do some inking.
That's what I just did.
I ink everything. I'm an inker. Ink-a-dink-a-doo.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that doesn't go on there. That goes on there. Making cards is a really good way to showcase a kit in a quick way, rather than someone sitting through watching you make a whole journal out of one kit.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a lot of cards out of a couple of kits at the same time. So I never was a card maker, but now officially I'm a card maker because I'm loving making cards.
One of my best friends, I had a bunch of scraps, and I was at a crop, and I was like, I don't have any pictures to work on. And so I made a whole bunch of like 80 cards, and then I printed sentiments on clear sticker paper and put it in a pretty box. And she's always telling me, that was the best present. You should do that present again. Because she would just pick out a card and pick out a sentiment, and bam, she had whatever she needed without going to the store.
Yep. Well, I've actually got bags.
Scraps.
All of my cards are blank cards. There's no things. But when I do my market, I always have little money bags full of different sentiments, and people can grab one free if they want one. If they want it for a special occasion, but usually they just buy the card and write in it. Woman with the weenie woman.
Hi, Adria.
Hi, Dawn Marie. How are you, Dawn? Hi, Pinker. So I hope you don't mind us making cards, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm loving making cards. Did I do the inside of that one? I've got myself a little production line thing happening here. Make a few at a time. Because I'm going to do a market very soon, and I got down to the point where I had like 12 cards left in my sale bin. So
yeah, I sold all of the cards I had, and
I keep making those darn thatsy inappropriate Christmas cards, and I keep selling out of them. I mean, not that I'm sad about it, but I'm trying to get a stock of them to take to the market, and then I get someone saying, have you got any of those sassy Christmas cards left? I need some. I was like, it's not Christmas time yet. Stop it. Hi, anyone that I've missed coming in. Welcome, welcome. Isn't he so cute? Cricket sticker malfunction. That sounds painful. I need someone to come over here right now, teach me how to use my scan and cut properly, because I'm getting ready to throw it out. I keep going back to it. I've had it for 6 years now, and I'm not having much success with doing fussy cutting with it, and it's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts, I'll tell you. That's a blue. Needs a blue card.
I should have printed the quotes on washi paper, because then they would have been sticky.
I'm loving the washi paper for printing stuff.
Me too.
But I've got some matte. I actually found when I was looking for something else, probably your kit, I found some matte sticker paper.
Sometimes I get the Avery.
I used to buy that. I used to buy that for die cutting intricate dies, because they're hard to glue if you make them out of the sticker, because it's a little bit thicker sticker. It makes it easier to use the intricate dies to stick them down. So yeah, this is how I end up with the mat for the outside of the card, the writing space for the inside of the card, and the leftover bit is the decoration for the front of the envelope.
Yeah, I don't decorate the front of the envelopes.
I'm a little bit extra. Have to be a little bit extra all the time. It's a nice touch. And the boho cards that I made. Oh, yeah, hello, Miss Molly. Have you come to visit me? You're so sweet.
I like to do my cards kind of artsy, like where they could be framed.
So these are the
boho back on my collage.
Boho cards.
Media.
Boho card. So they've got sari silk behind the sentiment.
Oh, I got to show Erin something here. Just a second. Let me glue
And
this
then
down.
The envelope has got sari silk and beads. So they turned out cute. They are cute. And these got glitter on the wings. Can I get this out? Because you know how much I like glitter.
Yeah, I have Etsy. It's Debby Epps on Etsy. And it's still June, so if you buy 2 kits, you get a discount. Because I have a set up for buy 2, and I believe it's 15% off till the end of June.
Good deal. Debbie's got some really, really cool kits.
And all the kits are books. There are video flip through type things on my YouTube. So like you can see what you're getting before you buy it.
It's very professional, unlike me.
All right, so I have my first one done. It says, rise above it and let the wind catch your wings.
Beautiful. I love that bird. Love it.
Let me show Erin what I was going to show her. Erin, I got my package from the pajama sale. And look what I did with the gauze fabric, whatever, I cut it into strips. They're about maybe a yard long. They're all real crinkly. You can flatten them out. I just haven't ironed them or done anything with them.
Is that like
it's gauze? Yeah. It's a tighter weave gauze. And she had that fabric, the gauze fabric, and I cut it into strips, and then I dyed it. So nice. I have 6 different colors that I'm going to sell not tomorrow, but next Saturday on my channel. But it took the dye just lovely. Okay.
Husband of mine is on thin ice. He's used my glue and my scissors. I had to go get them off the table. Living on the edge, that man. Lucky it was only paper he was cutting, but he didn't put the stuff back.
Oh, Bob knows better to get anything out of here without saying, do you have, can I use?
I thought he knew better too. Obviously needs a reminder. How's your digital making going, Vanessa? You were going to do some more digital stuff? Vanessa's probably in a meeting and can't talk, but I'm just going to keep talking to her.
She said something about nursing.
Yes, she has a meeting on Thursday.
Oh, she made some tickets for the ledger.
Oh. Nice.
I need a good scan of ledger paper to use in layers. But the other day I did this and it worked out really well. I got some new stamps and I stamped them and then I took away the background and used them in a layer. So it looked like I stamped on the paper, but I didn't. I also made some fake lace the other night.
From what?
Fake lace. I got the
fake
AI
lace. Yep.
To make lace, and I got it that I liked, and then I changed its color for different things I wanted to do, and I made a fake tag because I didn't have an antique vintage looking tag, and then I was able to build on that in Canva.
Well, see, I did the layering of the lace when I did the grunge lace kit. I did lots of layering. Which reminds me, I've got to send you the link for that file, Vanessa, for the lace to give away. You are Curtis, Tracy, or you're curious? Let me put her up close and she can show you the Asian ladies, because T is making... No, it's never dark. Curious.
Okay, so
Tracy's an
I don't have
Asian journal.
Oh, I may have it. I may have it big. Give me a second. Yeah, I have it bigger because I used the big one. So it's cut up. So this Asian woman had these 3 smaller things next to her. Then there's a full-size Asian text. There's this Asian lady had like a floral piece next to her that you can cut. And then these cherries, I had full size and small.
See, I printed those out to make cards.
Yeah, and then there's some cherry blossom stuff that is full page and some that you can cut with an ivory kind of background. There's a full page of those flowers.
They are in Debbie's kit.
They're in this book.
So Debbie has
that we're using tonight because they all have words, well, Asian words, not sure what they are or if they're real. So they all have, because all of these images have some kind of typography, like the Elvis one has words in it, like Elvis spelled backwards and E's and different things.
I do have Debbie's. Didn't I post your link up the top and pin it? Is it not gone?
You did
not
for the
still
coffee?
there?
Yeah. So the book that the book that I'm using tonight, it is in paperback on Amazon, digitally either in Etsy or Ko-fi. And it's got quotes in it, but all the images have text. So like this guy is made up of different pieces of text paper. This is an abstract with stamps and some words and text over it. So that anything that's in that book is text driven.
It's a very cool book. Very cool indeed. As are all of Deb's books.
Let's see. Let's go.
I know it's a pain in the butt when it doesn't open a new page. You know, there must be a setting somewhere in YouTube that I can do that when you click on a link, you can actually go to the page. Like when you click on someone's name, I've seen it in other people's.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll knock me completely out and I'll be like, why am I looking at the front of my phone?
Yeah, but I've seen on someone's page, I was there, and when you actually clicked on one of the chatters' names, it took you straight to their page. Like it didn't knock you out. It just made you smaller.
If you're a mod, you can go to the other people's channels. But if you're just watching, you can't do that.
Oh, okay. I must have been a mod.
You used to be able to do it all the time. Like,
yeah, I wasn't a mod in this.
And I don't know why they took away that. I don't know why they took that away. Because it was a nice feature.
They like to make things difficult, like Ko-fi taking away their search engine.
It was just stupid.
Stupid.
Like, how are you supposed to find people to follow? And to me, Ko-fi is like, I said this the other day, that Patreon and Etsy had a baby.
I've never been on Patreon. So.
Because Patreon is like the whole, like you donate a membership, you get access to something maybe that somebody doesn't. And you can do that on Ko-fi.
Yeah.
You can set up like rewards and a membership levels. I didn't do that. You can do it on YouTube also if certain, I don't think every channel can. You have to have a certain criteria. I don't know what it is anymore. And you can sell stuff, which you can't really sell stuff on Patreon, to my knowledge. You may be able to now, but.
Hang on, what are you saying, Cookie? Hang on, let me have a look. Talking of going to other people's channels shortly, links will be added for each of the channels with content here in the chat. Please consider subscribing. Oh, yes, yes. Because
you find fun people to watch that maybe you didn't subscribe to.
That's it. Alrighty, there's another one. Cute.
Can you go in home stores and get paint chips like free in Australia?
Yes, we can. But I always feel guilty. It's like I go in there and I think people look at me sideways and saying
they know me, but I don't have any qualms at Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart. Bob hates it. I
feel guilty. I feel guilty because I think that woman's side-eyeing me saying she's not going to paint a wall. She's going home to craft with that. Fraud. We can get them. I don't very often. Sometimes I'll go and get an ombre one if I'm working on something.
I do all the time. Sorry if you're watching anyone from any of those places or paint companies.
Can you make crafty paint chips, please? We'd like an ombre one. We'd like ones with gold edges.
I said, Bob hates it. He's like, why? I'm like, why are you worried about it? That's what they're there for.
And paddle pages with Pantone colors. Super grungy ones, yeah. That'll do it when you leave them rolling around in the truck. It's like when I pick up cutlery envelopes or old raffle tickets when we go out for dinner. And they roll around in my handbag for a few weeks before I remember to.
I had some in my purse and I had forgotten. And I was like,
yes.
Why is my purse so heavy? And it was the paint chips. Stacked in my purse.
Mine used to be rocks. I used to collect rocks wherever I went. And the kids would go, why is your handbag so heavy? The airport was the best one. Went to the airport. It's flying domestically. And I'd got a whole heap of rocks and they were in my bag, on my carry-on bag. Why is your bag so heavy, ma'am? Have you got rocks in it? Well, yes, I have.
Now that you mention it.
I sure do.
There might be a rock or two. Okay.
Missing chat. I trust you, Tracy.
Thank you.
I will. Next time I go to the hardware store, I will get some paint chips and I'll come home and use it in my next live.
Well, and in all fairness, we are buying something when we are nipping the paint chip.
Correct.
So we are in there, not just in, I don't just go in and get paint chips.
We call our hardware store the $200 shop because every time we go in, it's $200. Like the Dollar Tree, no, it's a $200 shop.
Now, I don't like doing it at our Ace Hardware because it's really small. It's like a neighborhood shop. And there's a man that stands there and greets you at the door, and he knows you. He's like, "Well, hello, Mrs. Epps. Are you here to pick up an order?" And if you go to get paint chips there, they're like, "What are you painting, Miss Epps?" And you're like, some mixed media stuff.
I've lost my chat.
So I don't get it there.
What's going on here? Having issues? Yes, I'm having issues. My chat has disappeared. Why is my chat disappeared? Comments. Got it. Oh, panic. Crisis averted. My chat disappeared. I thought I'd gone blind. Like I went into someone's live this morning. YouTube just mucks with my head sometimes, I tell you. I went into someone's live this morning and could not get sound to work. Sound was working everywhere else but in that chat. It took me 3 times of going in and out and in and out for it to finally...
I don't remember whose channel, but last week I was at somebody's live and somehow I must have minimized it to go do something. And then I came back and I thought I was, because I was listening, it was something I was listening on Ustream, on the StreamYard. Because I was still talking to them, but it was Vanessa. It was when we were on with Vanessa.
Hi, Mariah.
It didn't line up with what she was showing and what I was reading on the chat. I was in a whole different channel's live. Luckily, I didn't write anything that like made no sense, because I was going to answer a question to somebody from a conversation that was going on, but not in that live. And I was like, "Oh, you dodo." And I don't even remember now how I got over there, like what I did. That
do it like that. Something to layer this with. Yeah, I thought I only did stupid stuff like that, but obviously not. That's cute. Do I want it rectangle or square? Rectangle's cute. Not straight. Hobo art. What did I miss? Hobo art. I'm jealous. Hobo art is so unique.
Well, I thought, I don't know what they mean by hobo art. I would have thought like in the 30s, I know hobos left like carvings and scratchings in places to leave messages for other hobos. Like they would leave one on your fence post that would say like that the lady of the house was nice, she would give you food. Don't, not friendly, don't knock. They had all these codes, but I don't know if that's what they mean by hobo art.
Please explain, Dawn Marie, for us that are ignorant and do not know.
Hi, Mariah. Mariah lives by me, but when I say by me, it's probably almost 2 hours away of freeway driving, all the way on the other side. Everybody who lives by me lives way on some other side.
Hello from the other side. This is cute.
Yes, that is, yes. Because somebody was talking about something the other day, and I got to thinking, oh, yeah, they can drive an hour and be in another state. They were talking about like going somewhere or doing something, and it takes a day to drive, or two to drive across Texas. I know Australia areas are like that too.
Yep.
Very, vast territories. Florida is another state. Like if you're down at the bottom of that Florida, it takes it takes hours to go up.
Hi, Chiquita.
We were in Florida down at the Keys, and our waiter, when he found out we were from Texas, he was like, "Oh, I'm so excited. I'm moving to Texas. I'm going to be in Austin, and I have friends that live down in the valley, and I'm going to be able to drive down there and go to the beach." And I just looked at him and said, that's like a 5 to 8 hour drive, depending where they are in the valley. Because he was from, the East Coast, so he had no conception of how big.
That's like when we used to live in the Adelaide Hills, and it was apple tree country. Like that's where all the fruit was grown. So we're sitting in the pub one day, and this guy was next to us, and he said, "Oh, you're from wherever we were living at the time, Charleston, I think, Lenswood, Lenswood." And he said, "Oh, I've got a mate that lives in a friend, a cousin, or someone that lives in Lenswood. You'd have to know him. He's I can't remember what he's. I think his name's Mark, and he drives a white ute." Well, a ute is a truck in Australia, and every farmer owns a white ute.
Yeah, like that's
like you know him.
The F-250 in Texas.
And I said, oh yeah. Does he have a dog on the back? Yes, he has a dog on the back. It's like, please, mate.
Finish one on the craft.
Too funny. I thought it was funny.
Or the idea that think that everything is so small, like because they were from there, you would know them.
Yes, it would be like texting saying, "Oh, he lives there, but he wears a hat and he has a buckle on his belt, and you'd have to know him. Surely you know him."
See, it's all perspective because I think Galveston, why it's got pretty old houses, it's got an awful beach, and who puts oceanfront property puts a Walmart? Like,
Thank you,
that makes
Dominique.
no sense. I like the beaches down in Corpus Christi better myself.
I'll have a look now. Goes that way. Cute. There's another one. Look at that. Isn't that just so cute? Cute.
Okay.
Where's my phone? It's buried underneath a pile of paper. Let me have a look. Dawn Marie, hobo art.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Can't see what they're made out of. What are they made out of? Like, is it wood? This is hobo art. My light's in the way. And this one. Usually rulers or paint stir sticks. Okay. Can't see it with my light. Can I get it? Turn my light off. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this is hobo art.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, there you go. Popsicle sticks. Well, we have a lot of that. I wouldn't call them hobos, but they're what would you call them? Just granddads, basically, and they made stuff out of matchsticks and cut up Coke cans and all that sort of stuff. So, yes, be the same sort of thing. Oh, it's starting to get warm in here. Yeah, that's very cool. I'd never heard of hobo art before. Never heard of it.
Well, that's like, back in the day, the sailors carved like on the ivory. And things like that.
Yeah, and the walrus horns and things. The what do you call them? The ocean people, the sailors, the fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dollar General has just bought out all of our reject shops over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go to the reject shop the other day because they have really good storage in there. Really good storage. And it was closed. And I thought, what the heck? Why are you closed? And they got tape up everywhere and garbage bags in the window so you can't see in. It's like, yeah, then we found out that Dollar General was taken over. So I hope they have good stuff.
Yeah, we have like
Because
Dollar
they used to have
General.
really good boho coffee cups and plates and really colourful stuff, and you couldn't get at any of the other cheap shops. And I hope they don't get rid of that stuff.
We have Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Family, Family Dollar, and Dollar Family were married. They got divorced, and that's what created those two.
I
Because
mean, we have loads of different cheap shops over here, but you have your favourites. Choice is one of the bigger ones. Choice is one of the cheap shops over here, but they're on the expensive side of the cheap shops, but they have really good specials. And they have really good art supplies cheap in there. Art Basics art supplies, not El Cheapo art supplies.
Yeah, Dollarama. Dollar Tree's my favorite probably of the dollar stores. I never buy anything in the 5 and below. Now the Tuesday morning is called Pop Shop, which I think is a dumb name.
Yeah, well, see, we don't have any of those really good cheapy shops here, like that have art supplies but even like you have Hobby Lobby and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have Spotlight store over here, which is the big everything you can buy sort of. It has art supplies, it has fabric, it has bedding, and it has kitchen stuff as well. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap, and they don't give you, so probably once a year they'll send you a 40% off a full priced item, but only once a year.
We can get that coupon all the time.
Yeah, we can't. Once a year they'll send it to you.
Certain items you can't use it on, but basically we can get that.
On your birthday, they might give you $40 off or $50 off or something if you spend $100. But other than that, it's not cheap. It's not. That's why That's why I have to spend money on places like Temu, because I can't afford to buy.
Yeah. Okay.
He's so cute. I didn't want to put that on there. Darn it. It can be for another card. I need to get another one. Do that again. So this is part of my use it or lose it. All of this 12 by 12 cardstock that's been sitting in my stash for years that I've never used. That's getting used in these cards. I see you guys get things, go in and buy Tim Holtz stuff for 49 cents or $1.89 or something, and it's like, man, I was going to go and buy the snarky stickers from it, just to make some cards with. They're $15 for a sticker book. $15. Like, get out of here.
I don't think Timmy can say he's retired though. can't be retired when every other week you're releasing something new.
Thanks, Mo. Yes. Well, you did actually. People who bought kits from me in this last few months, I've got enough in my PayPal, and I bought a new paper trimmer, and it was crap. Absolutely.
Yeah, the one that has no sense of what you're cutting.
Yeah,
Cuts
no
well.
mesh. It's so close to being the perfect one, but nope. Failed miserably. So that's going back today after this live. Got to go to the post office.
Here the tariffs have settled, sort of, from the moment. So they're not as they were like 100 and something percent. They were like 150% at one point when they had that little, well, if you can do that, I can do this kind of pissing contest, basically, right?
No, you don't see many people talking about Timu anymore, but I have a theory on that. Now, people have got their noses out of joint, so to say, about Timu because, yes, Timu is stealing people's images and making cheap knockoffs of their digital kits and some stamps, stencils, dyes. Here's my thought. Don't buy that stuff.
You can buy on Amazon.
Don't buy that stuff from Timu, but Timu also has really cheap lace, really cheap brads, really cheap other stuff on there that are not stealing from anybody. You're just getting a really good resource of cheap stuff. Don't buy the stuff that they're stealing the rights of, It's a choice thing. You see something that is, that's Di's kit. That's Di's kit. Don't buy it. Come buy it from me. See something that's made from Timmy's. Don't buy it. Go buy it from Timmy. But don't poo-poo a whole cheap resource because of those things that you as an adult have the right and the choice to veto yourself. Go buy the other cheap stuff, the brads and the string and the lace.
I imagine that a lot of our stores, like we were just discussing, like Dollar Tree stores, this stuff came from the same place.
Exactly. A lot, like there's places that sell in our communities on Facebook and that sort of
Etsy
stuff.
That sell.
And they're all from the same stores. They're buying the same stuff that we can buy for a third of the price. So it's a personal thing. So anybody can poo-poo them all they like. I am unemployed, not long off being homeless. Like we lived in a bus for a long time after the shop went belly up. Temu is what I can afford, and Temu is where I will buy. I mean, I'm not going to buy my art supplies from Temu because I've bought alcohol ink from there that I've alcohol inked some sticky tape to make it aged 7 months ago, and it's still not dry. So, there's certain things you wouldn't buy from them, but a lot of the other stuff.
I buy from them only because I had a bad experience, not anything because of what it was. It just didn't deliver to the right place that I put my address in correct.
But did they give you your money back, or did they
I
send
got
you
it
it
because
out?
I walked down the street and said, "Hey, that's my package that they just delivered to your house."
Yeah.
And luckily, he was like, "Yeah, it had our address,"
Yeah. Hi,
because it didn't have
Pam.
my address even. So, and I had went in, checked my order. I had the right thing. I don't know how the number got switched or on the
Yeah,
pack.
I don't know how that works either, but even their customer service is pretty good. Like, I bought a phone cover a couple of weeks ago, and it came and it was the wrong phone cover. And I went back into my order and showed that I'd ordered the S22, whatever it was, and they'd sent me one for the S22 5G Extra Plus or whatever it was, some random thing. And I just sent them a little message on my purchase and that it was the wrong item. Took a photo that didn't fit my phone, and they said keep the item and here's the credit. Credit you can get instantly, or if you want a refund, it will take 3 working days. That was straight away. So I said, give me the credit and I'll order the right one. So, and you can do that for every purchase. Like, if it's the wrong, and they said keep it, keep the one, don't send it back. I said, well, it's no good to me, but I'll put it on Marketplace for $10. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's all personal choice. You're an adult. You're old enough to make choices on where you spend your money, and you're smart enough to know that the product that you're looking at on Temu is stolen from somebody else, and you can scroll on by. You can report that post, and you can not buy it.
Yeah, you can tell the artist, and they
Yep.
can get it removed.
Tell the others. Yes, absolutely.
Mary Beth from Stencil Girl has had to do that. Not specifically with Temu, with some other company. Maybe Allie, I don't remember.
That was my sink. Silver. Little shell. That's cute. So will do. Hi, Eddie. So you came in and we weren't talking about anything to do with balls or anything this time. So well behaved. So well behaved. Eddie has impeccable timing when comes into the room sometime. We were talking about balls the other day.
Yeah.
Where's my washi tape gone? There it is. just a heads up. Oh, yes, I will be joining the Ginger Cat Lady, aka Pam,
for an interview
as a guest on her live Cat Ladies craft table on August the 1st at 6 p.m. Pacific time. See you there, B Square. I'm going to get interviewed like a real person, like a real artist. Things could go sideways very quickly. Can you submit questions? No. No questions from the peanut gallery. Hi, Cheryl. I get that right. Why is your name always... Every time I say hello to you, I think I've got the wrong name. It's bizarre. It's like something's stuck in my head. Hi, Maddie.
Hello, everybody coming in.
Hi, Bonnie. Can't remember the last time I was ever interviewed. Got interviewed when I worked at a pottery, and on the old Ballarat pottery, making teapots and cups and all that sort of stuff. And we did a celebrity pro-am golf session for charity one day. And there was 4 people on each team, 2 celebrities, 1 professional and 1 amateur. I think we ended up with probably 10 on our team, but because we cheat. And we got a cooler with beverages in it and the use of a golf cart. Wow. We got everyone so drunk by the time we got to the 3rd hole, because it was every time you went over par, you had to scull a drink for every time you were over. So we were pretty wasted by the time we got to the 3rd hole, let alone the 18th hole. And the celebrities that were on with us were TV presenters on the morning show. The next morning, they sent reporters to our work to interview us, and they all turned up on their TV show with sunglasses on with massive hangovers. We raised lots of money. It was a fun day, but yes, that was the last time I ever got interviewed. Hi, Patty. It's been so long since you've been here. Whose birthday is it? What? A little bit of... scroll back. Whose birthday is it? Bonnie's birthday. Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bonnie. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! See, Americans don't do the whole hip hip hooray thing. We do. Hip hip hooray. I kind of need. Yes, I'm gonna need.
Finally found one that I could use some of the snark on.
I'm having snark withdrawals. I need to make some snarky stuff. Girl cannot be nice all the time. There will be questions from the peanut gallery. What? No, I'm pulling out. That's it. I will not be interviewed.
This was a conditional agreement.
Talk to my manager. You have to be. Look, I'm getting half stories here.
Well, the funny thing is, Di, if they asked you a question, you are so frank, you would usually answer it. So,
yeah, that's true. I don't have a filter. That's probably why. Just check your monetization after I leave.
So that might be for, beneficial to Pam.
Could be. So submit your questions now. Not now, but submit them to Pam. Oh my goodness. Now I'm afraid.
Hi, Juju.
Hi, April.
I saw your email, Juju, but I haven't had a chance to read it all. All right, so this one I went with the little flower girl. Oh, why is my...
Hang on.
Just a second. I can't see my StreamYard. I hit a tab.
There you go.
All right, so on this one, I went with this little girl with flowers. And it said, I said what I said, and I said it pretty. You could not handle me, even if I came with instructions. Really, we should have Juju read that. I don't really have a Southern accent because I'm from Nebraska, so.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
That's me. That's a card about me.
So that's 3. You can put it back on both of us.
You've got to say that right. You've got to say, get off me. Okay, don't. That's so cute.
You were. I was born in Omaha. And last we lived, I got graduated from Millard, which is South Omaha. Like, it's a little town next to Omaha, essentially. And I still have family. I don't know where Sydney is. You'd have to tell me.
Sydney is on the east coast of Australia, in New South Wales, in the middle.
No, this is Sydney, Nebraska.
Sorry.
Probably very small town.
Disregard that.
I know where Sydney is in Australia. Not so much in Nebraska. My other family is in like Lincoln and Syracuse and Nebraska City, which is where Mary lives in that area. Just a minute, I got a message.
Hey, Miss Molly. No, it's not snack time. Off you go. Don't look at me like that. Oh, let me put that on upside down. I put that on upside down.
Oh, I got a message, but it was not. I was like confused by it. It was something about dog pictures, and I was like, what are they talking about? What dog pictures? I have not been to Australia. Yeah, Casey's in Lincoln. My brother's in Lincoln. My dad used to live in Lincoln, but he's by Nebraska City. And Mary used to be in the Nebraska City area, but I'm not exactly sure where she is. Mary LTA. Trying to use up these random jelly prints. I need to jelly print again.
I'm going to dye paper this weekend with Marit dyes and my stencils.
That I have done. I'm going to dye doilies, paper doilies, and some folders.
Isn't he cute?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. No. It just threw me off, Goldie. I was just confused because I was like, wait a minute, what's that? And I didn't read the whole string. You're just fine. Fine and dandy.
Thanks, Pam. So, let me just have a look at my book. Where's my book? I swear that I could lose an elephant in this.
Terry was dyeing with blueberries.
Blueberries. What color did you get? Did you get a lilac-y color or a pinky color?
I didn't go watch the video yet.
I'll have to watch it later.
Yeah. But tell us what color.
I've got to leave for a sec.
Okay. I've done the Bob Gets Pickled Beets, and I've used a grayish color. But I'm just so lazy. I just like the Rit dye. And I can mix all kinds of crazy color combinations. And put it in my spray bottles. And she said it was kind of a grayish blue-green.
Okay.
I bet it was a pretty color. But it really is a great way to use up. Like if you have something going bad and you didn't, you know what I mean? Like if it's going to go bad and you didn't eat it.
So next Thursday is Pam, Ginger Cat Lady. Woo! So we've got 2 more booked in. So we're getting to the empty page.
So you're going to
all of these people have been on. So Elizabeth Jacqueline from Lovely's Crafting Lodge is on after Pam, and then Elizabeth Costa Rogers is on after that. And then I have not got anybody else booked. So if you want to be on the show on this hot mess,
Die a message.
Give me a message and let me know so I can book you in, because if not, we're going to start recycling people. You're going to be craft drafted.
I finished another one, but I didn't put a quote on this one.
Hang on.
I didn't want to put the quote this way, so I just left it. Quoteless.
Put that back. Put it back. We didn't see.
Oh.
Oh, cool. I love that poppy. It's very cool. Nice. Yay, Cheryl.
There you go.
This one. All right. So, anytime for Ron. So, the 17th is the next available, 17th of July. So, 17th, 21st. Then we're up to the 31st. So, anytime after 17th of July, let me know. And I will. I'm not penciling anyone in. They get penned in, because once you're in, you're in. Ginger, I would love to see some hot firemen. There will be no hot firemen, hot cowboys, hot anything. No, no, no. That's for Juju's channel.
In my
17?
next book that I'm doing, I did do some men. They're not like Hot Like Dies Hot. They're good looking, but they're not hot like Dies Hot. Nobody has their shirt off.
All right, you booked in, Cheryl. Cheryl Ink Pulp on the 17th of July. Look at that. Anybody else? No gnomes. Judy, slap yourself for that one.
Yeah, as I told Juju, there are no gnomes, shirtless or not.
Well,
there are
I'm
gnomes
sure
in the fairy book, but none of them are cute.
I'm sure
They're gnomey gnomes.
you are allowed on my channel, April. You just have to lock in a date. Asked several times.
Anyone have something junk journal related they would like to see? Oh, they're craft drafting Eddie.
Eddie's got to work something out where he can set up a live area on the time that I go live. So
time is the issue. Have you considered, you can do like a pre-recorded video and then premiere it and have the live chat?
Yes, I've seen those. I'm not a huge fan of them, but
usually, yeah, I mean, I've not gone to any of them, so I don't know how like engaging it would be, because you can't ask questions as they're doing it.
Yes, Vanessa, come on with me. I've been on yours. You need to come on mine now. Can't do it at the moment because he has a condition. Okay. Yay, Vanessa. What date do you want? 24th of July? Check your calendar and get back to me. Mama Juju, I need a date. You need to come in here. because I'm just sitting here slacking off now, waiting for people to be craft drafted. No.
Well, that's working. That's not.
So, Vanessa, are you going to do the 24th of July? Can you do it with your, yes, beautiful. Let me get the pen. Can you do it with your meetings that you have? Oh, let me go back. Did I miss you, Shaw? All I see is hot fun. This is the chat. This is chat with Juju. Look, this is chat with Juju. It's just full of hot men and women and freaking gnomes. Look at it. It's like the porn hub of chat. Oh no, there's some chickens. There was chickens.
It's funny. I did chicken for Johnny, or a crazy bird.
I can't find it. I can't find where you said sure. I'll have to look when I've got. But can you do the 31st? No. Can you do the 31st? That's not August. That's July. That's August there. 31st of July. Juju, 31st of July or the 7th of August? Got my pen. Sure. Yeah, which one? 31st of July? You're in. I'm putting you in anyway, April. Juju. All right. Beautiful. 31st it is. Jennifer McKinnon is looking for a super hot with a super hot arty brother. Oh, man, with the super hot arty brother. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you my cards that I have made.
Okay. Put it on you,
Here's
big.
the little boy one. That's that one. And where's the other one gone? That's that one. So cute. And there is, oh, what I've made 5 cards. Look at me go.
I'm on the 5th. I'm on my 5th.
No, I've only made 3. I've only
But you
made 3.
made envelopes.
I lied. I did make envelopes. I can't find the
And you
envelope.
craft drafted. There you
go. There's my 3 cards. I'm still making cards, but just thought I'd show them to you. Up close and personal and all. Thanks, Carrie. All right. We have Mama Juju locked in. Anybody else? Anybody else want to volunteer? Carrie and Kerry. What was I looking for? And look, I found some more Happy Mail.
Someday you're going to find all the stuff you printed that you just can't find right now, and you'll be like, oh, so happy. It's like finding money in an old purse or an old pocket of something you wore a long time ago.
Well, that one's from S. Pratt in Canada. S. Pratt. S. Pratt. Put your screen names on these cards so I know who they're from. This is from Lovely's Crafting Lodge because it's got the little sunflower on it. Beautiful. I already showed those ones. Things you find when you're not looking for them. Yes, Eddie is on my get your shit together and give me a date list. He will one day. Chiquita will one day. Beautiful. All right, where was I? That's pink. That's pink. Got to make some room here. Thanks, Jennifer. These are some other ones that I made yesterday.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Yeah, don't sit idle in the chat too long. You will be craft drafted. All right, my card stash is getting really good now. This is a card that I made from Debbie's. Let me get it out of the packet. From Debbie's Rust Kit. Here it is. Why has my light gone all washy all of a sudden? What the heck? I don't know what's going on. Here's the card from Debbie's Rust Kit. Cute, huh? Rusty bins. What shall you do, Chiquita? You shall do. I don't know. You do so many gorgeous things. What shall you do? Anybody else that's got a new channel and they want to get some experience, this is a perfect opportunity to go live in a not so scary way. Like you got someone to chat and it's just like crafting with a friend. This is a good way to get some experience. One day I'll have some lighting that freaking works. What is going on here? I don't know. Exactly, Eddie. You get the threats. You will go live and you will enjoy it. I think she needs to be pink. She needs to be pink. He needs to be green. I didn't ask him to name his condition. I just repeated what he said. I didn't say, "What's your condition, Eddie?" I didn't say that. I did not say that. So Chiquita makes lots of beautiful things, lots of different things, mostly in purple because apparently she loves purple. The reason why there is a purple boho kit in my Ko-fi shop is all Chiquita's fault because she wasn't happy with the turquoise one. It had to be a purple one. What's Pam getting congratulated for? Oh, can you imagine? Oh my God, Chiquita and April on here at the same time? There would be chaos. There would be chaos. Chiquita and April, Mama Juju. No, she's not coming on with both of us. We'd never get anything done. Okay, I need something else. Maybe a bit of this.
Hi, Leah.
The lovely Leah. What? I tell you, I look up, I look down, I look back up, and I've missed. What have I missed?
All right, I finished card number 5.
What have I missed? Hang on.
I kept
Alrighty.
this one simple too. I just used one of the pages that I had printed 4 to a page and added some quotes and cut out and added this little bird down here.
Very nice. Stick a bird on it.
Yep. When in doubt. I was trying to do one in white card, and then I was like, I don't like it. So I'm gonna, this one's washi paper. I am gonna use the white. I'm just gonna put him down and then find a quote. I'm not gonna mount him on cardstock. That's where the other, I went down the rabbit hole. Oh, I should put this on this and I should put this on that.
I'm kind of upset that I can't find where I printed yours because I said I was going to do Marilyn Monroe and Elvis. And I had made some shrinky records.
Yeah, I'll show you the big journal I did with Elvis from the book. This is the one I was telling you and Juju that gave me fits. So I made it out of old file folders. So I was so busy like gluing down the pretty paper, I forgot to stick the magnets under the picture, to put the magnets on first. Then I put the magnets on and I put them in the wrong place. So because I cut this wider so I could use the live out loud. Then I had to figure out a way to get more magnets on. So then I had to do some more, but I finally got it to work, and it needed more of the magnets because I didn't have the bigger ones. And I put these girls on the back, but I had it printed in a different one, and I put it on. I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong. So I had to redo it. And then there's the Elvis from the cover. And this is the Elvis Little from the cover. And then I put pockets.
Hi,
and there's
Maddie.
Elvis tags. And I put the signature in. And I had left out, like, I didn't get to the center of the signature. So I had to sew it twice. And of course, I had glued buttons on. So I had to undo the buttons and re-glue the buttons. So it was just one of those things. And I didn't know where to stick him in the back. So I just put the Billy band. And what was ironic was Juju and I picked the same papers to go with Elvis. Small. So there's like this Elvis, 2, 3, 4 Elvis in the book, 2 Marilyns in the book, 2 James Bond, and an Amy Winehouse. But I have some more Elvis and Marilyn and other people that are going in the new book. They were fun to create. They won't have text on them. They're just going to be images. I sent Juju some of the Elvis. And I sent you one of the James Dean.
You sent me James, yep. Got James. He's perfect for my hot rod book.
Yeah, I did some other motorcycle ones, but I got to work with them. Just, you never know what you're going to get. Like one of the motorcycle ones, like they were turned around sitting backwards on the motorcycle, facing each. I was like, that's not what I asked for.
Yeah, I love it when you get something that's just like, that's not what I asked for.
And I asked for the girl to be on the back of the motorcycle, but some of them I got, the girl was driving the motorcycle. I'm going to keep some of those. And the guy was on the back. Vanessa will want that book. Vanessa will like some of those motorcycle ones.
She will.
I think I'm just going to like put that down and put a quote and call this one done. Like, keep it simple.
Got to put Chiquita in here in the list. Do you want to go on after April, Chiquita, on the 7th of August? That's my husband's birthday. I might not be here yet. Yes, I will be, because it's morning here. We're going out for dinner.
Back on both of us, Di. Hi, Wendy. Oh. But I finished another one. Like I said, I just stuck the sticker down and put a quote on that one.
Check your diary, Chiquita. Let me know if you can do the 7th of August. Let me know. And if anybody else wants to have a go, wants to come live and do something on this weekly event, just send me a message. Got a new channel, never been live before, perfect way to cut your teeth. He's just perfect as that. Nothing, doesn't need anything else, does he?
The washi paper stickers make some of this really fast, when it's...
Absolutely.
Of course, sometimes I like to put it on white and then I glue it down.
Okay, she said yes. Where's my book? So you're in Chiquita. On the 7th. All right, look at this. Page is filling up again. Woohoo! And people that have been on before, if you want to come on again and because you've got another brilliant idea or you just can't get enough of this, you're quite welcome to come back. I have no issues with that whatsoever. I will remind you, probably half an hour before we go live. Just kidding. Just kidding. I usually send out the link a few days before. If I remember. Right way. Yes, it's the right way. Hey, Steph. Uh-oh. What did Brenda do? Experience has taught me there are certain things you shouldn't do on a motorcycle. On the higher kickstand, bike starts rocking, it will launch forward and fall over. Oh, probably shouldn't have read that out loud, Brenda. But anyway, we get the gist. Too funny. That's what you get for being a amateur and not be driving at 100 kilometres, 100 miles an hour down the highway. Why am I the way I am? Oh, man, that's a long story. I don't think there's enough time on one little interview to answer that question, Andrea, at all. There's lots of things that has happened to me in my life to make me this, whatever you want to say. Right, is he cute? He's cute. Oh, look, if you want to go deep, you can go deep, but only if you're prepared for the answer, because some of it's not pretty and some of it's hilarious. Some of it's, some of it's real
We are
deep.
using up scraps and our digitals.
We're making cards. Cards. We're card people now. Hi, Jen. Exactly.
Jen, did your package get anywhere near your house yet Jen's package left Texas, went to Pennsylvania, went to New Hampshire, took a side trip all the way down to Florida, came back to New Hampshire. I don't know if it's anywhere near her house yet.
Well, that's crazy. I sent a package out to Ree, one of my mods. She wanted something that I was making in the prompt play one night because it was pink and frou-frou and I didn't like it. So I sent it to her on the next day. That was like nearly 4 weeks ago. And she commented on one of my posts the other day, and the Lamington post, and she said, "Oh, you can send me a Lamington when you send my post." And I said, "I sent that 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Don't tell me you haven't already got it." By the time I'd finished typing that answer to her, the thing, she'd gone out to the mailbox and come back in, and she'd got it right that day, right at that moment. How funny is that? I forgot.
We didn't have mail today because it's Juneteenth. I keep forgetting. I set up to a package to deliver for pickup, and it said I was Tuesday night, and it said it would, or it was Wednesday, I don't remember, and it said it would pick it up on Friday, and I was like, why Friday, not Thursday? And then it dawned on me, oh yeah.
Well, I sent a parcel in January or around Christmas time to PM Artist Studio. I crocheted them a beanie each for the winter, and there was other stuff in there as well, some papers and things. And I didn't hear from them. Oh, probably just too busy to say that they'd received my package, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was in the end of May, and that package was delivered back to me. May.
Wow.
It had been around the world. So now I have to send it back to them, and I've got to send Mariah the mermaid journal we worked on the live. I've just got to save up because it's a little pricey to send it again. They don't give you your money back because they didn't deliver it.
No.
I know, more than 80 days, I'm telling you. I was so surprised to see it. I'm thinking, what are they sending me? Now, hang on. They're not sending it to me. This is what I sent to them. Crazy. Bye, Patty. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better and you're back with us, and can't wait to see you online again, making videos. Patty has already been on Beancraft Drafted, but we'll have it back again. She is Checkmade on YouTube. Bye, Cheryl. Thanks for popping in. How much do you think it costs in ink? The way of the world is going in the paper arts industry. A lot of people are going to be going digital.
Well, yeah, a lot of the things that we use are in junk journaling even are going to become very hard to find because
Yes.
we're not consuming paper like we did in the past.
It's getting very expensive to post items now as well. Like, it's all got to be brought into the equation that you're buying a 12 by 12, well, 5 by 12 paper pads that because you need 5 of one image because you can only use one side of the paper at a time. That's going to cost a lot of money to post unless they absorb the price into their costings, So the way postage is going up, a lot of things are going to be digital. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I prefer digitals because I hate having to choose a side of a piece of double printed paper.
Yeah.
Such a waste.
And I can make it the size I want.
Exactly.
I can print it and use it more than once.
Yep. It doesn't take up a lot of room in the craft room unless you're going to print off the whole kit 10 times like I have.
And I often print at the UPS or the FedEx. At FedEx Kinko's, if you go to one that's big enough, they'll have a color laser copier. You can put your PDF on a thumb drive and you take your own paper and you stick it in and you put your credit card in and they only charge you for the copies you make. And I would just go in and say, I want this. I would know ahead what pages I wanted.
Yep.
And you could say what size and everything, how to print it. Then you could also take the paper and put it back in and print it again to print double-sided. And then when you're done, you just pay your little bill for the number of copies that you ran. And it was self-serve and we don't have a FedEx Kinko as close now, so a lot of times I'll go to the UPS because I'm over there anyways.
I know it doesn't work for everybody, but the amount of money that I have saved from digitals rather than physical pads, and I've got a lot down there in my stash. I've got a lot of 12 by 12 pads and paper packs and all that stuff, and it takes a lot of storage. And when I first started doing digitals, I printed off every page and I had them all in, and now I've got drawers full of printed digitals that
I don't print every page
because I was doing design team. Because I was doing design team projects, you have to print off the whole kit so you can showcase it at the start of your video.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, and so I've got drawers full of the stuff, and now I need to get rid of it. So I challenged myself to pull one of those plastic folders out every week, make 10 cards from it, and get rid of the rest. So I'm giving away a lot of printed digitals to people who buy stuff from my sale, like from my physical sale. So here, have these. Make something pretty with them. Because a lot of them weren't my style to start with. I'm not going to use them again. I just used them because they were a design team project. So,
well, in my book, sometimes some things your jam and other things are not. So, if you get the book on Amazon and it's already printed, you have to decide which side.
Yeah. Well, that's right, Dawn Marie, because when I first started, I just used my normal cartridge printer. and copy paper. And it's not until you get into the world of digital making that you learn that copy paper is not good for a lot of digitals, because the way printers work on paper, so if you put a normal sheet of copy paper into your printer and you print through, the ink soaks into the paper. And
Exactly.
so you're putting color into white paper. It's going to wash the color out. So you're not going to get a true color representation of that digital because you've put
And
it
it
on
may
normal
not
copy.
happen that day. It may be 3 or 4 days later.
Yes, it does fade. And so you learn that paper makes a big difference. So you go and you buy digital paper and you buy presentation paper. I print everything on presentation paper and digital paper now.
You told me
Sometimes,
that, and I swear by it now, Di.
yeah, absolutely. I would not use anything else. The difference because with presentation paper, the ink sits on top of the paper. It doesn't actually soak in. Doesn't smudge or anything, but
I still spray mine.
So when you print on copy paper, it goes zip, 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 throws a whole lot of ink at it and makes a print. When you print on
Presentation paper,
it's what they call trickle feeding. It actually goes beep, 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 and puts little dots of ink on your paper, the same as when you put photograph paper in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole different beast, and it gives you beautiful prints. And when my eco tank needed servicing and the guy took it away, and I had a project that needed to be done, and I printed it on the old whatever it is, Canon printer, it gave me 45 prints from a set of ink cartridges, which cost me $112.
Yeah, and when I use the inkjet, I still don't trust that it's not, because I work my collage, I work very wet sometimes. So I spray my washi paper and the presentation. After it's dried, I let the paper and I let the ink dry from the printer, and I lightly spray this on it. It's a matte finish, and I let that dry before I use it to help. They'll smear on me, Jen. I've had them smear. Like I said, when I collage, I can sometimes work really wet.
But here's the pricing that I've got from my Canon cartridge printer. I'll get around 70 prints, depending on how much detail and color and saturation, all that sort of stuff. I'll get around 70 prints for a pack of cartridge, like color cartridges, and they cost me $112. That's not good financial. That's not good at all. Eco print, my eco tank, the inks cost me $7 each for a full thing, which fills up my tank twice, each color. So for a set of 4, that's $28 for a set of 4 inks. And out of those 4 inks, I get about 3,000 prints. So that's pretty good math, in my opinion, for what we do, for the amount of printing that we do. Finished ranting about printers now, but it's good information to have, because you can waste a lot of money if you're going to stick to using digitals. You can waste a lot of money on paper and be disappointed in the prints that you get by not using the right paper and the right ink. The settings, you just don't do standard settings on, say if I'm printing out Jen's photograph kit, I'm not going to put that on a standard paper print setting. I'm going to put it on gloss photo paper and vivid settings. So you've got to learn your printer and learn how to play with the settings to get what you need. Right.
And I don't know why, like Juju's trick print 4 pages. I had never clicked on that button or thought of it. I mean, when you do PowerPoint, I looked at like print 6 slides to a page, but I just didn't even think about it when printing a PDF. I just didn't. And then it was like,
and the other thing is with that printing several pages to a thing. When I first started doing that, print 2 to a page, I just clicked on one image in my file, so I got that same image twice on that page, and I'd have bubbles of everything. So it took me a while to realize that you click on 16 images and you go over and print, and you print 2 to a page.
I'm printing from a PDF.
8 pages. You'll get all of those separate prints. Yep, that's true. That's true. And like for me, I sit and watch all the sales of everybody's beautiful hand-dyed papers and everything, and I go, I can't buy that because it's so expensive to send it to me. So I have to make my own. But if that same person who's dyed those papers makes a digital kit, I can have their papers. It's not going to be
some of my dyed papers in this digital.
It's not going to be as crinkly or as, the color's not going to be exactly the same through a digital, but I'm still going to get that colored paper. So that's why I love digital so much. Because of where I am, it's easy for you guys to go to to Patty's sale or Lindy's sale or any, Deb's sale and buy stuff, because it doesn't cost that much to get it posted to you, but it's way, way, way too much for it to get posted to me. Yeah, I know they don't feel the same, but when you have no other options, I mean, I make my own papers
But you don't have access to the stencils that we do either.
No, I don't. I know I have a lot of stencils. I've collected plastic lace tablecloths for a long time, so I get those big sheets of lace that I can dye my papers with. So, but I do have a lot of stencils too. A lot of stencils. I've lost it. Yep, and the UK, exactly. The postage everywhere out of the United States is ridiculous. I mean, from any country to any country, like just saying I was sending...
International, yeah.
Sending little cards, like I sent one card to a person and it cost me, $7 to send one card.
I wanted to get a stamp set from somebody that was in the UK, but the postage was going to cost, and it wasn't that the stamps weren't too high, that they were high. It was going to cost me as much as the stamps to send it. So I was like, I just, and she could be, and I didn't even know about tariffs because she was like, I can't send to the US because of the tariffs. So I couldn't have bought it even if I wanted to at the time.
Yep, it's getting to be a very, very expensive world too. But luckily, we share a lot of stuff and a lot of techniques that we can all have the same or similar things across the world. And if that has to be digitally, then so be it. Do you not have printing places
in the country? It is so crazy that's gone up so much.
I mean, I will often send like friends a digital couple of pictures for them to print out, like you and April and that.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't cost anything for me to send those over. So I went to buy we've got friends in America that are in hot rod clubs and stuff like that. And there's a guy called Mike, Custom Mike's over there, and he goes around and he films a lot of the car shows and stuff like that. And he has T-shirts and merch and all that sort of stuff. And our hot rod club was hosting a camp out one week, and he said, "Oh, I'll send you a couple of T-shirts over for prizes." And I went, "That'd be awesome, thanks." A couple of stickers. Anyway, he sent them over. Oh my God, when I saw the price that he was charged to post them over, it was like, man. And I was going to buy my husband a T-shirt from another guy over there, and the T-shirt was $40 or something, and the postage was $48 to send one T-shirt. I went, nope, that's not happening.
Yeah, because the big companies I used to work for a freight company, and the big companies, they have deals. They get discounts.
Yeah, become a craft smuggler, Cheryl. That's the guy. Craft smuggling across the border. Yeah, well, I know people in Canada that have post boxes on the other side of the border in America, so they can get stuff sent there, and then they just drive across the border and get it. But
yeah,
it's a lot of rigmarole to get.
I finished this one.
Stamp. Hang on a minute.
It says, "I'm sweet as tea and twice as strong."
Ah, that's a nice sentiment.
She's not a very Southern woman. She looks stern.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind paying the price of a good T-shirt, a good quality T-shirt, but I damn sure I will not pay more for postage than the T-shirt costs. That's not happening ever. Ever, ever, ever. Yes, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world at the moment. A lot of crazy stuff. It's a bit scary.
Yeah, I'm using book 21, which has quotes. Mostly, I've used a few images from other books, but mostly this is not from book 21, but most of it has been.
Mo, you are awesome. Don't listen to the rumors. So funny. All right, I'm going to show you what I've made so far, and then I think I'm going to call it because this dog is driving me
my last
nuts.
one. I'm going to glue, and I'm done with my last card.
I'm just going to put it up here.
You show that, and I'll finish this one.
And I do a quick flip through again of my kit that's just been released in my Kofi now. I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't know what's going on with it. It's bizarre. So this is called Sun Kissed. And it's all beach babies. Hippie type beach babies. Messy hair. So they look like this. I just printed them on that size. It's a quick look through of them on this side. See you later, John Marie. Thanks for coming.
All right, I'm going to just glue this one to the card base. And I think that's 7. But I kept a lot of them very simple.
I'm just doing a quick flip through of the images. There's way more than 25 images here for some reason. I think I've done some doubles, but anyway. That's the kit. File that on the floor. Here's the cards I have made with the envelopes. Mo is always awesome. Yes, she is.
She is. Her linker fluid is always full. Those are so pretty dye.
They turned out pretty cool. So I made 6 of these tonight. I didn't make all of these tonight, but I made 6 cards. There you go. That's me. That's me done. Yes, Molly, settle down. This dog in the background is doing backflips because it's snack time.
Bagged and tagged. All right, if you want to put it on me, I'll show you the 7 I made. And I didn't decorate any envelopes.
There you go. Thank you, ladies. So thank you.
This is the last one I did. Now, she's from a different book. She's not from book 21. I think she's from, I don't remember now. Probably the botanical book. And it says, I am woman, what's your superpower? And then I did this one. This is all from book 21. And I did this one. It's all from book 21. This one's all from book 21. This one's from Put a Bird on It. And she's from the botanical, and she's in the new journal book too, I think. And this is from book 21. So most of mine were images from this book.
Beautiful. Yeah, that
a lot of them were full pages that I shrunk down. So buying the digital allows you that flexibility.
It gives you a lot of options, yes.
But that was perfect because I can use all of these tomorrow in the sale on Patty's because they're handmade. They qualify.
Cheryl, if you go to my live list in there and look for the rustified stuff. Jen's page and or email and that sort of stuff is all linked in those videos, except for the last one. I think I haven't done that yet because I'm slack.
Yeah, because Jen has a rust kit. I have the rust book. You have the rust kit.
Yeah, we're all rusty old tarts. Alrighty, so that is
I really
it.
enjoyed it, Di. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, Debbie is not in Australia.
I'm in Texas.
Patty. Oh, thank you, Patty. I appreciate that because I'm on the hunt for a new paper trimmer because the one I bought last week's gone back today. So next week is Pam, Ginger Cat Lady. So she's got a week to figure out what she's going to do on Use It or Lose It. So go to your stash, find something like old digitals, even though we use new digitals today, but there's a lot of other stuff like the lace that I've had forever that needs to be used up.
Well, or just stuff you have in your stash that maybe you didn't use. It makes an easy card.
Yes, absolutely.
It could be the little cards that you get when you get a scrapbook paper pack, the little tag-like punch-out ephemera with jelly prints or scrapbook paper, offcuts.
Yeah, use your scraps, use your and as I say every week, these lives, these Use It or Use It lives, bringing a guest in, even though we might have exactly the same stuff, although we didn't tonight, this was just a different one. We might have exactly the same stuff, but we're learning new ways to use that stuff. So it gives
we would never use it the same way.
It gives our stash new life. It gives us inspiration as well. Nobody's gatekeeping a technique, or if you want to know how we did something or how we made something, ask the question. We will tell you how it's done. More than happy to share. Alrighty, so thank you very much again, Debbie, for being on with me. And hope to see you next week. But we'll see you around the traps because we're all live tarts. You know that. We'll see you around the other ladies' lives.
All right. Thanks again, Di.
All righty. Bye for now.